Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to run through how to create profitable ad campaigns to grow your practice. Growing your practice, as we all know, requires us to get new clients and then to convert those people into being obviously paying clients and then to retain those people. So if you've got a process where you can consistently convert bookings into being clients, you have treatment plans in place and you're pretty good at retaining people, then you're making money from clients, which is important in business. To fill your practice, though, you've got to get clients. Now, my recent video, I talked about referrals, which is always a great strategy. But if you're at a point where you're thinking, I want to grow more, I want to fill up my practitioners, fill myself up, or I'm maybe relatively new, or maybe I'm doing some marketing that's not working. Today, I want to talk about using ads in particular. Now, ads is a topic that some people are, don't like to talk about because we think, well, if I'm just good at what I do, then I'll get a whole lot of people. The reality is that you have to know how to buy clients. In my opinion, if you don't know how to spend money to acquire a client, then you're growing your business based off of hope. And what I did to grow my practice very quickly, within 2 years, we collected $1 million in revenue. We had multiple practices, etc. I had to know how I could spend money to go and get clients because word of mouth, referrals, etc. It was a hope game. I hope I get more of them. Whereas with proper marketing, especially ads, I knew if I spent $1 here, I'm going to be able to generate a client. I know my conversion rate on clients. I know the treatment plans that I'm recommending and the value per client. And so I knew I could put $1 in and I could get $3, $5, $10, $15 back. So what I really want to cover right now is exactly what I did to have successful ads and how you can replicate that yourself. So the first thing with ads is understanding the equation of it. We're not just putting out an advertisement like a billboard or a newspaper and we spend a couple $100, few $1,000s, and we're thinking, I hope somebody sees it and I hope somebody responds to it and I hope I get a client from it. But you're never actually tracking the numbers properly. So you need to know how much money it costs you to get somebody's contact information, how much it costs you to then get somebody booked in, because not everybody who gives you their contact information will book in, and then how much money it costs you to get somebody to be a client who's spending money with you, because not every person who books in will actually become a client. And as long as that equation makes sense, then we're good. So what this looks like is putting out targeted ads on platforms like Facebook, Instagram. You can do TikTok, YouTube, but I've typically found and replicated with our clients, Facebook and Instagram are always predictable. You put out an ad to get somebody to sign up for something that is close to them being a client. So I don't recommend putting out ads, or what at least didn't work for me was putting out ads for downloading stuff or watching things, because you might have tried this yourself and you can let me know in the comments where you boost a Facebook post, for example. That's not a predictable way of getting clients because you're not asking somebody to take an action that's actually going to get them to be a client. So in profitable ads, you have to have a good, what we call offer. And the offer is the thing you're saying, hey, have this with my ad. Success with ads is not so much about how much money you're spending. It's not even about the ads, really. It's about what are you actually offering people. They want to actually know what's going on and what can I do about it and what would it look like to get treatment and what results can I expect from that. So you've got to offer them something like that. We offer new patient visits or special consultations. We price them in a way that's attractive and we advertise that, because if I'm in pain and I see an offer for a chiropractor to have a session with them and where I'm going to figure out what's going on and also have a plan, I'm going to want to do that because I want to solve my back issues, right? If I really want to lose weight, or if I'm having, hormonal issues or whatever, I want to know what I need to do to get a result. Fundamentally, successful ads, and I'll get to the structure of it in a second, is you've got to know the math. You've got to understand what you're trying to achieve, right? I want bookings with people who are the right type of patients who want to solve their problems and they're looking for treatment. That's what I would call the right kind of person, right? Someone who shows up, pays, is committed. I've then got to have an attractive offer, something to bait that person over to me, because I can't just say, hey, I'm really good, please come and work with me. I have to offer them something because everybody's saying that. All of us think that we're good at what we do. All of us think we can help everybody. And so the only way to stand out is to provide a better, more attractive offer to that person so they come to us instead of coming to anybody else. So a really good offer. Then you have to have really good, what I'd call creative, which is your actual advertisement. Because I can have the best thing in the world, but if no one pays enough attention to actually read what it is and then sign up for it, they're never going to realize that value for themselves. So I have to have a really good ad that gets people to stop scrolling through cat videos and pictures of, their friends and family and pays attention to what I'm saying so that they can see it and go, oh, this is me. I want this thing. And we've got a simple acronym for creating ads that I think you'll find helpful. It's called AIDA. I learned it from a coach of mine years ago. It stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. A standing for attention means your ad needs to grab their attention. So with an ad, there's a couple ways to do that. There is the first sentence in the ad. There is the headline just above the button in an ad. And then there is the image or the video. All of those things sort of grab attention and they work together. Once you've grabbed somebody's attention using the ad, the headline, or what we call the top text, you have to then get that person to be interested in what you're offering. So I grab their attention with what I'm saying, such as, I'm making this up right now, just for the point of this video. 90% of people with back pain never find a solution. And then a person goes, oh, what do you mean? I got back pain. I want a solution. Again, I'm making this up. 90% of people never get a solution. Grab their attention, build interest. The reason is that they usually go after treatments that are never going to resolve the problem, only manage it temporarily. Someone says, that's a good point. I guess I have done things that make me feel good, but yeah, this never really fixed the problem. The next is desire. So how do you know that the treatment that you're going after is going to be the right thing? Well, here's 3 things to consider when you're looking at treatment. A, B, C, D. That's why in our practice, we only do those things so that you can be sure you're going to get not only a temporary, but long-term fix. And then A, call to action. So if you want to properly solve your back issues for good, schedule an appointment with us by clicking the link below and signing up for a new patient special where we'll understand what's going on with you, what you need to do about it, and give you a treatment recommendation that you can then get results, blah, blah, blah. Now, that's not necessarily perfect. I'm doing this in the moment live, but you get my point. We're grabbing attention. We're building interest in the thing that we grab their attention with, desire for the thing that we're going to offer them, and then action, call them to action for the offer. But notice in this entire video, I'm talking backwards. I'm not saying, okay, we need to know who our, make a great ad, and then I'm going to think about who I'm going to target it to, and then I'm going to think about what I'm going to offer them, and then I'm going to see if the math makes sense. I've started with the end in mind. I've said, I need to know what the math is, and then I need to go, well, what offer am I going to put in front of this person to get them to give me their contact information and come in for an appointment? Then what ad would I need to get a person to be willing to sign up for that thing? And then I'm going to go and put that out. We're building it backwards because we're looking at what the end is. Now, with all ads, what I've always found to be the most effective thing is, rather than trying to make an ad that's perfect, that's going to get exactly who I want to sign up, what I do is I make an ad that's going to catch all the fish in the vicinity. Okay, and I'll lead with this analogy in a second. I'm going to catch all the fish, and then I'm going to pick the ones that I want to keep. So clients, if you're watching this, you know what I'm saying. I say this all the time. Commercial fishermen understand that if you want to make a business out of fishing, you catch all the fish, and then you pay people to pick out the ones that you don't want to keep and the ones that you do want to keep. It's far more effective, other than maybe, I don't know, big tuna or something, than trying to catch one at a time. Marketing and sales is ultimately a numbers game. If I can catch a lot of fish, I can pick the ones I want to keep. So if I want to fill my calendar with the right kind of patients, I need to put out an offer that attracts a lot of people, and then I just need to choose who I want to keep. Some people are not a fit because they're unwilling to emotionally invest in actually solving their problem, financially invest in solving it. Maybe it's a problem that I can't help with, or they're looking for an outcome that I can't create or don't want to create with that person because it's not realistic or something. So my job is to capture a lot of people's interest with my ads, and then I want to qualify those people to be a fit. People that I can help, people that I want to help, and people who are looking for the help and willing to pay for the help. And that's it. That's the magic with ads, is just catch everyone who has those problems, who's looking for those outcomes, and then pick the ones that you want. Because when you do it like that, I've found with myself and my own practice and the 500 other clients that I've done this with, that you get a much greater return on your investment than trying to be fancy with your advertising and try and catch exactly the right person. You're better off catching everybody and then having some filters in place. Where people struggle with ads is their cost to acquire a client is too high and their value per client is too low. And so you have very thin margin when you factor in paying staff, practitioners, and expenses of running a business. All of this and what I teach our clients in our academy programs is, how can you run marketing that basically means you achieve what a mentor once said to me is client financed acquisition, meaning the client's money that they spend on this first session or two covers the cost of the marketing to get them to be a client. And so that when you retain them in a treatment plan, it's pure profit. If you can do that, then you can put $1 in, get your dollar back out, and get a new client who spends $5. And you can put your dollar back in again and just keep doing that all day, every day, because your marketing becomes free because you have the right offer with the right message to get lots of people to sign up. And all you have to do is cherry pick who you want and retain them in a treatment plan. And you can literally start printing money. So if you want to know more about how to do this, you can comment below. And as always, if you're looking for help with growing your practice, we probably can help. We've worked with over 500 practices so far. I'm a health professional myself and practice owner. And we just have really just test what works. There's no fancy magic here. It's just what's working to grow healthcare practices. And we want to show you that stuff. So we've got a ton of content. Comment below if you want to see that. And I'll catch you in the next video.